Welcome to the Product Business Podcast. This is your #1 podcast for the tips, actions, and insights to make more money from your products while enjoying your life. I'm your host, Amy Wenslow. Let's dive right in. Everyone, this is such a good day, and I'm so excited to be talking to you. We're going to be talking about how to split test. Split testing is one of those words. You hear the phrase, you know, people say you should do it, but nobody really explains how. So I'm going to pull back the curtain on some of the split testing we've been doing for our new book, Turn Products into Profits, so you can understand how to actually start to implement this idea in your business so that you can really dial in your marketing messages. And that is the purpose of split testing. So for all of you who are listening, split testing is the ability to test different marketing messages to see what actually drives purchases and what drives response. So when you are starting to split test, usually people go, oh, I want to test the colors, or maybe blue is better than orange. And you can apply split testing a lot of places and a lot of ways, but that minor testing of blue versus orange is not what I would recommend, okay? Where I really think that everybody needs to start, with, especially with a new product, is at a much bigger level. Now, if you listened to yesterday, you know that we're in the middle of a series of podcast episodes and our live Q&A free call-in show about the 10 reasons that people buy. Right? And split testing is related to you figuring out why people are actually buying from you. So, people fall into two categories, right? There are people who are going to be motivated by going towards a result. They're very goal-oriented. They want to progress. They want to evolve and expand. Then there are other people who are risk-averse. They want to minimize the risk or move away from pain. So the way the two titles of your page would sound, or the headlines or the subheads, are very different based on your market, right? Now, we've been doing split testing, like I mentioned, and I will be sharing more detailed results and more detailed approaches with our product mastermind group tomorrow. So if you're interested in that group and you want to learn more quickly with more people and community, then it's a great place for you to be. And you should contact our office, info@productstoprofits.com. We'll get you in touch with us about the product mastermind. Here is the core example that I want you to think about with this. So we have our book, Turn Products into Profits, and I'm going to use that as an example. So we have two separate landing pages, which are the first page someone would go to get the free copy. If you want to see the landing page, one of the versions, you can go to turn, TURN, products into, which is INTO, profits, PROFITS.com. And our system will automatically show you one of two versions of the page. Now, the two versions are each getting 50% of the visitors, right? But what we're doing is we're actually seeing are the people in our market that we are meant to serve, that we are meant to help grow and expand their businesses in gorgeous, gorgeous ways. Are they more motivated by towards a result or away from a pain? So there's two separate headlines on the two different pages, right? One of the headlines says something like, do you want to be a product entrepreneur who consistently avoids making expensive mistakes? Okay, that's the away from a pain. The other headline is, I believe, are you a product entrepreneur who consistently wants to make more money with your business without a ton of employees or inventory? Right? And then there's more text on the pages. But one is towards, one is away. Yes? Now, it's been very interesting because some of the numbers of landing pages would be important to pay attention to, right? Most people don't understand them or don't know them. So on a page that is an opt-in page, people typically would say it's an okay page if it does more than 20% of the visitors opting in or taking the action you want, right? Well, in this split test, we've actually been able to see the results of how many people opt in based on the away headline and how many opt in based on the towards headline. So the away headline is our control, because typically people will move away from pain more readily than they'll move towards a result, right? So of our page views on the away from a pain, at one point when I spot tested it the other day, we were at 21.43% opting in, meaning they wanted the book, right? On the away from pain page. So that's really good, actually. That's definitely a good result. And the towards a result page, towards a goal, you want to get this? 35.5% opt-ins. That is a massive difference. That is, the variation's at 35.56%. So that is about a 14 percentage point difference in opt-ins. And what that means is for every 100 people that go to each of these pages, 14 more people will opt in on the one that is towards the goal. That is a massive, massive difference. So when you're split testing, you're able to see more about your market than when you just put one message out and you bank on that being the thing. I'm actually rather surprised about how big the difference is with this, right? Now, so you understand some of the things you might test and some of the metrics. You could test the video on the page. You could test the subheadline. You could test the bullet points that you might put on your product listing. And you want to be systematic about it. Don't test too many things at one time. You want to only test one at a time and run enough traffic to it that it actually is credible information. Don't make your decisions based off of like 10 people. Ideally, for a big split test, you'd want 1,000 views of that split test to run before you make decisions. Because this is such a dramatic difference in our percentages and it's really clear, we've already taken some action. We went into the page that is more about avoid mistakes, and we increased some of the things that we think would actually help it convert better. We've already adjusted it, and we're letting it run some more to see if the two pages start to perform about the same. And that'll tell us that our market is basically a 50-50 split between what they're motivated by. So this isn't a question of manipulation. This is about speaking the best you can to the market you're meant to serve. Okay, so I just thought I'd be completely transparent here and run some of the philosophy with you. Now, once we establish which our market is most motivated by, right, which our readers and listeners are motivated by, then we will actually choose a winner, and that's what we'll go with, right? And we're actually thinking of changing some of our other marketing materials based on the results that we're seeing out of this test. So we do want to actually run it for a little while because we don't want to just make changes arbitrarily, right? So there's some tools you can use to understand what's going on with your pages and with your audience and your people when they come to visit. I don't have time in this environment to go into all of that. There will be more information tomorrow in the next episode of the podcast. We have one going up a little bit later today, and there will be another one tomorrow. So you definitely want to tune into those if this is interesting to you, because frankly, you will make more money and you will serve people that you are meant to serve with your products more gracefully, and it'll frankly be a lot more fun. So with that, everyone, this is Amy Wenslow, and I am so glad that you are here with us. You have just listened to the Product Business Podcast with me, your host, Amy Wenslow. subscribe, review, and share our podcast on Apple iTunes, Podcasts, or Google Play. Until next time,